you're here on the perfect time. We are restarting our series right now. We went through everything once. Now we're jumping back to the beginning. So we are back on class number 1, which is contacts. So I tend to cruise through this stuff fairly quickly. But if you have any questions, anything, feel free to just ask them, or I'll also answer more at the end. Looks like Victor's a statue right now. All right, so I'm going to hop right into it here. So this is the home screen on command. As you can see here, so I'm getting all the bars and stuff adjusted so they're not in your face. As you see here, I have customized mine a little bit. If you are on a team or ever join a team, the team name should be up here in the corner. If you're on multiple teams, you'll be able to drop down and select. I only have the one. But from this home screen, you can come over here, and these are all your little applets. If you hover over them, you can see the names of each one. Or if you click the red KW, it expands it to a more visible menu. So we're going to hop right into contacts here today. And contacts, this is kind of where everything begins, is right here in contacts. Oops, I was trying to minimize something else, particularly you guys, so you can see more. There we go. All right, so this is the base contact screen when you have everyone loaded up and good to go. So the first thing I like to start with is up over here, the import and add contact button. When you are brand new to getting your command set up, you're going to click this import button. And it's going to accept a CSV file here for you to upload your contacts. It's gotten much better over time, but at first it only accepted its own sheet. So if we're going to show where that is, this blue download, if you click on that, it will let you download the contacts import sheet right here. So my office is having issues, so I can't really open it. But it'll be a pre-made sheet with all the fields that you can fill in. So if you're having trouble uploading contacts, download that CSV and copy and paste from your source onto the appropriate fields on that CSV, and then drag and drop right up in here into this box, or you can click to browse, of course. So the next direct thing going through, kind of the basics is the add contacts. Now, this is a lot more than meets the eye. This is to add an individual contact. So today, we are going to create one for Thomas Wayne. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a massive Batman nerd. My office has Batman all over. Thomas Wayne is Bruce Wayne's dad. So, and we can just get his info in here. Sorry about that. Wayne at the Batcave.com. Primary phone number is just whatever it is. And then here is where you can mark it as a lead. Ignore the send to lead routing. That is because I'm a Rainmaker and it's a feature that's not quite here yet. Or you could add to the sales pipeline. And the sales pipeline is your opportunities, what you have coming up, and we'll be covering that here in a upcoming week, and you'll see how that kind of affects. So for now, we're going to go ahead and mark Thomas Wayne as a lead. And then we're going to go down, and these are the system tags. So a system tag, or just general tags, and tags in general. System tags are ones like these where they're pre-created. There's other tags, like for me, I use a Buffini system with a ranking of clients for A, B, C's, and D's. And they're custom tags I went ahead and made in here. So you could say, let's go ahead and say this guy is a referral partner and a seller for me. I can put that in there. Also, I could create my own tag and say he is Bat Dad. Create custom tag. It's right in here with Bat Dad, and we can make that any of the colors we would like. And we can go ahead and add that as a custom tag. So now, this could be really fun in the future, and I think it's great. Now when my admin comes in to do tags, he's going to see that Bat Dad tag as an option on the drop down. I might delete it, I might not. I'm not gonna. Click add more information, and you can put everything you want here. So additional contact, if there's more emails, you have their address, all that great stuff. Facebook URL is really cool to put in here, but you could also hit add profile, so you can have a Facebook and an Instagram and all that. So what it does is it links up with the social media through the connections that you are able to make when you connect everything up in Command. And so you'll have their Facebook link, and then you'll click on it, and it'll be able to pop right up to their Facebook. It'll pull that right up for you. That's really good if you're tracking birthdays, if you're wanting, let's say you're getting ready to call them and you want to see what they're up to. You click on that and you see, oh, hey, they just went to Coeur d'Alene with their family. You could be like, oh, hey, Thomas, how was Coeur d'Alene? Oh, great, yeah, stuff like that. And then here you could just add whatever you'd like. Birthday, home anniversary, add more button is here, and you can create your own, more families and stuff. You come down here, you can add their work, and it is going to create drop-down options. So if you have a whole bunch of people that work at the same place, you can add that. Here in the same sales pipeline, we can say that, hey, I captured this person, and he was a direct connection, and I can assign him to a team member, or you might not have that option to do that as an individual agent, but you're able to set up what your lead is. And then there's custom, and so you can add your custom fields by clicking add custom field, and you can do whatever you want to do here. So here's one that I said is, do they like Batman? It's a drop down. It's a yes or no. Here's another one, add custom field. Are they pre-approved? And I made that with a checkbox. And you can add that in there to all your contacts, whatever you need. So you click add custom field here, and let's say price range is one you want to do. So you start typing, it'll create the custom field, and then you can choose here. Is it text field, text area, drop down, date, checkbox, number, percentage? So let's go percentage because that's fun. And it's labeled price. We got it done. And let's say, we have it at 55%. You can up or down it. So really for whatever you want to use these things for. Any questions so far? Because I just went light speed through a ton of cool features. I will take the silence as a no questions. Good deal. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to create Thomas Wayne in here because I will use him throughout this the process of the class going forward. And that's how you add a person to the contacts, which is really cool in itself. So while we're still here on this main screen, I want to talk about these three dots here. Let's say you add in all your people and you want to send out a monthly mailer. Instead of having to keep a separate database of addresses and stuff, you can come here and you can just select export all mailing labels as a PDF, and it's going to process it here. And when you hit refresh, it's going to be up here on your bell notifications, and you can just click here to download it, and I'll have all your addresses right there. There are some bugs being worked out through that right now, but it is a great feature to be able to export. Next thing coming in here, I want to talk about our smart views. So right now I have a default smart view of all contacts, but you can create whatever you want. So we can come here and we can create a smart view. And we can, well, actually, first we want to come in here and filter. So basically your smart view that you set up is going to be basically a saved filtered view. So we come in here to filters, and let's say we want to have all of our, see that's the system tags, custom tags, all our A agents and our Bat Dad clients there. And let's, however you want to set it up, right? So we'll set up with those tags here, and it's going to create that list of the clients and people that are labeled A. Now I can come in here and I can hit create smart view, and I can call this A clients, and I can save that. Now, don't click default smart view unless you want it to be the smart view you get every time you come into your contacts. So that's why right now my default smart view is all contacts. But now that I've created it, I can click A clients, and it's going to bring up this list of A clients. So if you have a group that you regularly want to look in a particular group, you can create that smart view and jump right to it. Another great use for it is, let's say you have an investor and they're always looking for a certain thing. You can label contacts as they come in with, hey, they might have this, they might have that. Then you can just click on that smart view to bring up those people. So that's my, all my B contacts, so on and so forth. They also have some default ones, people who have no neighborhoods. So you can come in here and look to see who needs a neighborhood. Who should I call? This is going to bring up a view of people that they think you haven't communicated with in a while. I have some folks that I didn't update, so it's confusing. The system's confused. So any questions so far on smart views or filters? Gotcha. I have your videos minimized so they don't interfere with what you see. So if you're nodding no or yes, I can't see you. All right. So I'm going to skip over the lead pool and everything. This is going to be for those people who have a bunch of leads coming in from their teams and stuff. Also, the select member is for my team as well. So that pretty much takes care of that. Jumping over here, you can click on here to show up to 50 contacts at a time. I find that's a lot better for me. You can also go ahead and click here to change them to a card view. So if you're just wanting information at a glance, you can change them to a card view. Clicking on this one here takes them back to the list view, of course. And then customize columns. This one is pretty cool because you can set up exactly what you want to see. So let's say that you don't want to see the stage, but you want your phone numbers to come before tags and stuff like this. And we can basically reorganize how we want to see the information on our list. So I did that. You see all of this shifted around right here. So that's a good customized tool to allow you to receive the information as much or as little as you want in the way that you like it. So like we could add date of birth here, and this is going to be embarrassing because I don't have a lot. But we hit apply, and here's the date of birth. So here's, I know on October 17th, it's Aaron O'Loughlin's birthday. I'm going to be sending him a card and whatnot. That's stuff I'm still working on myself, getting all lined up in here. But, work in progress. So that is the contact screen at a glance. If we hop into an individual contact, it gets even better. So this is Aaron O'Loughlin. I've discussed with him that I'm able to use his card as a teaching example. So if you ever meet an Aaron O'Loughlin, say thank you. So up here, we of course have his name, phone number, email. So the lead source right here is if you get him from a Facebook lead or some other input lead source, it would be there. He's a buddy of mine, so I manually input it myself. I own the contact and he is unassigned, but if he was assigned, I'd assign him to me. And then we come down here and we have our neighborhoods. And in just a bit, I'll hop into good old Thomas Wayne that we created so I can show you more about neighborhoods. But you can see I have him added in with his neighborhood, and he's getting a monthly email from the monthly neighborhood nurture. And that email looks like this. Let me click on the preview here. So he'll get this every month with the surrounding neighborhoods that he can click on, as well as his own neighborhood. So Sunset Ridge is his neighborhood and actually my neighborhood. And it's going to show all the houses that have been for sale and all that great stuff. It's also going to have my contact form if he needs it. And then it'll show him surrounding neighborhoods, like here's what's going on in Hanson Park, Grand Ridge Meadows. And it's a really cool tool to engage people in what's going on in their neighborhoods, and it's right there in contacts. So, and of course this contact had an error when we triggered out of there. That's fine. We hit a refresh. Come down here, I have his address. You see I have the social profile I told you about, so I click on the Facebook thing and it brings me right to his page. So we can see that, he has a memory with his grandfather there, other stuff that he's posted up here. And I'm able to see it at a glance. So if I'm writing him a personal note, or if I'm just wanting to give him a phone call, I can kind of get a refresher on information. Yeah, he texted me that he is adding to Marco Polo. That was fun. And then, of course, I linked his other information here. Yes, they were pre-approved. That's his wife. And that's the contact card over there. Over here, we have the timeline. And this is really what's important, is I use a lot of the smart plans. I use the automated texting through Twilio, which coming up, it's going to be through Keller Williams through Twilio. So stay tuned for that. If you don't already have a Twilio account, I'd almost say hold off until that connection happens. But Twilio is a great tool. It automatically sends the text messages for you. But here I have all the history of it. So apparently he got unsubscribed, or I unsubscribed him from the long-term Nurture Smart Plan because I didn't want him to keep getting those because he's a buddy. But yeah, we have these text messages that have automatically been sent out. They're put in the history, so I can say, oh, he got that. Here's where I need to go. I was able to enter that I had a phone call with him, and all this contact history here. Opportunities, this would show where he was at in the opportunity stage. He has recently purchased, so he is not currently in opportunity. Smart Plans tabs here shows that he should be on the monthly neighborhood nurture. I don't know why he's not right now. So we're going to re-add him to that. And by doing that, I just click Add to Smart Plan. And we want to go ahead and have my monthly neighborhood nurture. We'll select that, and we'll get him restarted on that. I don't know why he's currently not on it. Tasks would be any tasks that I have to do with him, and then any notes I made. So he's my buddy. I was playing with the notes before. I made a note that he's looking for a group. Need to play World of Warcraft online with him. I'm a nerd. If you didn't know it, now you know. So quick rundown there. Coming back to the timeline, we can hit this plus symbol, and we can add an activity. We can add a note, which would be in the notes that you saw there, or add a calendar event. So let's say I made a phone call. Click Add Activity. Interaction type is call. Or in this case, we can say I texted him, or a quick note, whatever we need. But I called him. Let's say I called him on the 2nd, which I actually did. We put a description, just checking in, talked about church. Spell church correctly, doesn't really matter. He did respond to me because we were on the phone together. I click that, and that's going to be added to his the timeline here. You can see I talked to him, and when I go to talk to him next, I have that history in my contact, so I know what to talk about, what I said. Because when you're talking to a whole bunch of different people, it's really nice to have a record so you can not look like you forgot what they told you, even though you may have. So, any questions at that point? You guys are either really soaking it in or really really confused. One of the two.
No, I think it was so I just started going through some of this and just kind of testing things out with myself as a contact and with a buddy too. So I've kind of clicked through some of this stuff, and it's good to see some uses, and then try and think of some some context of how some of this is going to be used that I haven't come across yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's some really good stuff. So let's go ahead and come up here to search, and notice in the search, you can search by first name, last name, email, address, or everything. Let's get our good friend Thomas Wayne back up here, right? So we can hop into his contact. Now, this is the one I created live. And we can come here. Now you notice, unlike Aaron, because he's a new contact and doesn't have an address in there, he's not in a neighborhood. So I can click add neighborhood, and let's look at Morningside. Well, that one's not popping up. Well, I'll tell you what, let's look at Creekstone, because that is one I know will pop up. So Creekstone, Kennewick, Washington, we click that and we have added him to the neighborhood here. So we can then add him to Smart Plan for monthly neighborhood nurture, and he'd be able to get that email. You click preview, it comes up here again. It's refreshing from Aaron's. And there's the Creekstone neighborhood right there and what's going on in the Creekstone. Now, a lot of folks are looking at this and saying, well, he doesn't have an address. Why are you adding him to that neighborhood? Well, here's why. First of all, if someone is like renting an apartment, they might not actually want to be in the neighborhood they're located in. You might want to put them in neighborhoods that they're searching for. Also, when I get Facebook leads from my campaigns, I actually put them in the neighborhood for the house that they clicked on the campaign for, because that's obviously an area that they're searching in. And so we're able to show them that neighborhood to help them sell that neighborhood. I have a client who currently lives out of state, and they're looking for a place in state. That is I have them in a whole bunch of neighborhoods that they might be interested in here, so they can get more insights as to what it's like over here. So that's a big deal there. Anyway, we're going to leave Thomas's profile here because I'm going to use him as we go. Like I said, last time around with classes, it was John Wayne. Another feature that I want to show you guys is our bulk actions. So let's go ahead and select a whole ton of people here. You know what? I'm just going to select these 10 that are right here. We come up here and you see select bulk action has come across. I can add a note to all those people. I can add a tag to all those people, add them all to an email list. I can share their contacts, all these great things. I can assign them to someone because I'm on a team. My favorite one, though, is send bulk SMS. So when the interest rates dropped recently, I selected everybody in my database, and then I went bulk SMS. And right here, I was able to come in here, and I was able to type a text message that would go out to all of them. Also, if you want to send an image or something, you can click here, and you can go ahead and put an image into there as you see fit. That'll go. Now, obviously, I'm not going to send this gibberish. That would really confuse my people. But the bulk action is a really important thing. So you can do a lot of good work. When you first import people in your database, where this is going to come in handy is you're going to come here and you're going to add this to 50, and you're going to want to start tagging your database, right? So you're going to go, okay, this guy, this lady, this person, blah, 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 blah. And you're going to go through that 50 at a time, and then you're going to go add bulk tag, and you're going to put a tag on them that's appropriate for whatever it is. So I just tagged all those people with online because it's a tag I don't use and won't mess with me. But now you can see when we come back here, he has online, she has online, he has online, and all those people that that bulk tag all got tagged that way. So that way you can set your database up for success without having to go through each individual contact every single time. So that is contacts in a nutshell. Y'all didn't ask any questions, so I did it super fast. So now that we're at the end, what questions can I answer for you on contacts, other technology things? We're going to have more. Each week we're going to build on what we did last week. So there is that. But just right now, what do you got for me?
So when you were going to do the bulk text, can you go through that part real quick again, just what you clicked through?
Yeah, so what I did is I clicked this. It's just your standard select all up here. You can also go through and select just individuals that you want to send the bulk text to. And
can you filter down on like one of your kind of saved searches, like for instance, like all your B people that you have listed or C's or whatever. Can you
Yeah,
filter
I
that
could
and
do
then
that.
just text them?
Yeah, so what I could do here is I could go and say I want all my A clients to get a one message for that entire group. So because I went through and tagged all these folks, they're in there. I can select here and select all of them, and I can go send bulk text message. And I'll even send someone right now. Hey, this is Brian Verhey. I just wanted to thank you all for being great supporters of my business. I would not be as successful without you. So that's the message that's going to go to all these people here. I click send SMS, and if it's working right now, which it is, boom, that message just got texted out to all those people. I should get a notification that they weren't able to text Thomas Wayne because he doesn't have a working phone number in there. So did that help you out?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. And for that, you're going to have Twilio connected, which you can connect in your settings here. We'll just hop to it. This is coming up in a future class, but you can see here that I have Twilio connected and all these accounts connected to help Command do more.
Yeah, and I was looking at that. And I know you said to kind of hold off until they connect it. Do you know when that's going to be?
Courtney, have they given you an update on? Oh, she's with someone at the front desk. It should be soon. The original date I was given was around the 1st. I don't know exactly when they're going to do the actual switchover. But that's basically what we're waiting for is for Keller to take over. And that should be soon. I expect it to be this month, but I'm not necessarily 100% up to date. Courtney, do you have anything better for that one?
So I have a meeting on Friday, and then I should be able to better, I would say, articulate what is going on. I'm assuming it was supposed to be done now, but I mean, I'm assuming not until October. And I keep getting messages over and over again from Twilio being like, oh, it's changing on this date, but the date changes every time. So.
Mm-hmm. We will make another post on Keller Williams KWTC fam on Facebook as we get more information, so that way you're not caught off guard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Victor, do you have any questions I can answer?
Not as of now. I mean, I don't have access to any of this quite yet, but everything pretty much makes sense. I could always go back and watch the recording, right?
Yeah, I will have this one up probably in a day or so. I'm a little behind on my editing because I went out of town on a week-long vacation, and so now I gotta catch up.
No worries. Yeah. Yeah. When I have access to all of this, I'll go through it myself, and I'll look back in this video if I have any questions.
Cinda, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, do you have anything that I could answer for you? All righty. Well, your mic went off mute and then back to mute. So if you're trying to say something, we didn't get it. But yeah, otherwise, that is the contacts in a nutshell. It is short and sweet because it's just going through the features. But really, guys, I can't tell you enough how important it is to set up your contacts and get it going for success. Basically, if you don't have your contacts in order and whatnot, the other features aren't going to work. So for those of you who do currently have access, your homework for before next week is going to be to get your contacts set up and do your best to get them all tagged and ready to rock and roll. I do have office hours here, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 to 1, and currently Wednesday afternoons from 1 to 4. Those might evolve, and if so, we'll make a post on that. But feel free to make an appointment to hop on Zoom with me, or if you're comfortable, you can come on in. When there's other people in my office, I am all about the mask, so just a heads up there. But I'm here to help, so I can help you get set up if you have more questions. So good stuff. Well, thank you guys for coming, and I look forward to seeing you next week when we hop down the list. Next week, I believe, is getting into opportunities again and how that interacts with contacts and setting up your pipeline so you can not only see what you have coming up, but also so you can manage your commissions and your documents required to close a transaction properly. And of course, Go Eat a Pea on YouTube is our YouTube channel.